Hello everyone, my name is Joe and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be showing you everything that I've sold throughout the week on eBay. This is going to be the first in my weekly sales updates, which I'm hopefully going to do every Sunday. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's been a bit more of a slower week this week because I spent the majority of it trying to fix the printer and other bits and pieces. But we got there in the end, and we sold a fair few couple of bits, which I'm quite happy about. I got a lot of stuff listed as well, which was nice. But yeah, I'm still clearing out my room, so it's a little messy in here, but we're making it work. And yeah, I was quite happy with it, so I'm going to show you the stuff that I sold. I'll start off. So Wednesday was the first day that I actually started selling bits, which was quite sort of like, I was getting a bit restless. I wanted to sell something, so I had this game, Panzer Dragon Auto, for the Xbox Original. Now I might have butchered that last part of the name because I don't really know how you meant to say that, but I sold that for £24.50. I originally had it listed for £25.99, and I put that on Monday, I think, and I let it go on for 2 days, and I instantly got a watcher on it when I first put it on. But I think I probably should have held out a bit longer for it to get the full price, but I was happy with. I put the offer out of £24.50, and I was quite happy with that. But yeah, that was good. That was really good. The buyer, brought that straight away, no hassle with that, and I was really pleased. And that was Wednesday, and after I sold that, I was like, right, we need to get a few more sales today because you can't just have one sale in a day. Well, you can. There's nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to have a few. Because, just to keep some morale, So after that, I sold a PlayStation 2 Turbo controller in the colour blue for £13.99. I was really happy about this one as well. I've got quite a few PlayStation 2 controllers on eBay, and they've been selling a lot lately. They've been selling quite a lot. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. It's quite funny though, because I've done the thing again. If you remember from last week's video, I explained that I can't really test my Wii stuff anymore because I sold the controllers. And I've sort of shot myself in the foot with this one too, with the PlayStation stuff, because I've listed all the PlayStation 2 controllers that I have. So if I need to test the games, I have to use one of the ones that's already listed, which isn't a terrible thing because that means it's still getting tested, and if it's still working, there's definitely nothing wrong with it. Which, yeah, I think it's good, but the controller that I was using to test the games on that day, was the one that sold. So that was pretty good. I already had it out, just had to wrap it up and send it, and I was pretty pleased. The next thing that I sold, so I sold 3 things in the one day. It was a game that I listed on that day. It was Gran Turismo 3 for the PlayStation 2. I put it on for £12.99 and it sold, which I was really pleased with. Yeah, I was really pleased with that. I was really like, get in, not bad. Because the majority of the ones that I saw listed on there were around £5 to £8. But I thought mine's in quite good condition, and everything's there with it. The manual's there with it and everything. I think it even came with a competition pamphlet thing that I originally did, come with. So I put it on for £12.99 and it sold, and I was really pleased with that because, yeah, I think the price oftentimes can reflect the quality, because I know if I see something that's like, a lot of people feel like this, at least I think. You see something for like £20, you see something for £5, you just think the £20 thing is going to be more expensive. That's why there's places like John Lewis and that sort of thing that like sell like a cup for like £25. You go to Poundland and buy a cup, but the cup from John Lewis is going to be quality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But the next thing that I sold, which I actually forgot I sold till today, because it's been a long week. It was a PlayStation 1 controller. Now the PlayStation 1 controllers have been getting a lot of interest lately. I've sold a few of them. I keep getting questions about them and that sort of thing. But that sold for £14.99, which I was very happy about. That was an analog controller, as opposed to the D-pad controllers and that sort of thing. So yeah, that sold, and I was very pleased with that. This next item that I sold yesterday, which I was really happy about, and it was a book. Now I've sold 6 things, by the way, this week. This is number 5, if I've counted right. Now the Panzer Dragon Auto sold for £24.50. That was like the highest item, the highest priced thing that I sold this week. But this book, Warhammer Ignorant Armies, which sold for £11, was actually my favourite thing that sold this week. Mainly because I've had my eBay account since 2016, mainly to buy stuff, I think, at the time. And I started putting stuff on it in 2017. I think it might have even been 2016, but I'm saying 2017 because that seems like a number. But they're both numbers, but that seems like the right number. And I put this on then. I put this on in 2017. And it's been on there for ages. And it's quite a worn book. My dad got it for me when I was really little. And I think it was even worn back then. Like, you know, worn down, like pages. Pages are fine. The front cover's quite, like, sort of ripped-ish, and, like, you know, spine's quite bent and that sort of thing. But, yeah, I described all that, and I listed, I photographed all of it, and it looks, you know, you get it, like, you can see from it that it has all these sort of, I wouldn't say, negatives, I would just say quirks. But yeah, it's been on there for ages, and recently, at some point, I must have listed it for £12.99, like relisted it to £12.99, and someone sent me an offer yesterday of £11, and I was like, I'm not going to turn that down. This thing's been on there longer than, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even think of a cool little pun or anything like that, but it's been on there for ages. So I was like, yeah, I'll have £11 for that, and then I paid for it, and now I'm sending that off tomorrow. So yeah, I was really pleased with that. I did not expect that to ever sell, maybe? I don't know. But my point is, what I'd like to give you some advice for is, if you're new to eBay, or if you've had stuff on there for ages that you think aren't going to sell, if you just sort of change some things here and there, you know, hold out for a bit, eventually it's going to sell. Because a lot of things I've had there on for a while end up selling eventually. It's just, not everyone wants your items. If you got, you know, like, specific things, you're not gonna find that person straight away. They just have to come onto eBay and be like, right, I want a Warhammer book, and they find it. You know what I mean? Like, it just takes time. With anything in life, it just takes time. But the feeling of selling something that you've had on there for a while is pretty great. And if you've experienced that before, you know that you're like, yes, get in. Like, it feels really good. It feels satisfying. And then the last thing that I sold this week, which I actually sold, this video has been going on for 7 minutes, so about 8 minutes ago I sold this. It is Showdown Legends of Wrestling for the Xbox Original, and that sold for £15.99, which I was really pleased with, because I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I always wanted to play this game because I've heard so much about it. So when I came around to finding it, because it was underneath my bed, I was like, oh, I didn't even know I had this. So I tested it to see if it worked, and it worked. And I was playing it for a few hours, testing it. I was testing it for a few hours, and it was great fun. And like, it's pretty infamously known, if you know about wrestling games, like Showdown Legends of Wrestling is sort of a game that's full of bugs, and like bugs, you know, like glitches, that sort of thing. And like, it's a bit janky with the controls, but it's a lot of fun to play as Legends of Wrestling, like, that's what it's called, Legends of Wrestling, like Sabu, Hulk Hogan, Ricky Steamboat, Jake the Snake. The roster is generally really big. It's just the same about the controls, but it is fun. It is a fun game to play with friends and that sort of thing. But yeah, I listed it for a bit more than I saw others on there, and that was because the disc is really good condition. Like, there's hardly any scratches on it. The manual looks in good shape, and I think, or I don't know if any of you do, but I know I do. If it's something that you really sort of are into and you know about, like the wrestling for me, you want to get the best price possible for it, because you think, yes, I know what this is. I'm going to get the money for it. And yeah, I was quite happy with that. So I'm sending that out tomorrow. But yeah, I was meant to make a point, which I forgot. I've written stuff down to talk about, but I forgot to do this when I talked about it. But the Panzer Dragon Order game for the Xbox Original, I thought it was really weird that was backwards compatible, because it's just it's a random sort of rail shooter game. If you've never heard about it, it's a Japanese rail shooter, which is like, for those of you that don't know, a rail shooter is a game where you're on a track pretty much, and then you get sent through like a scenario, and you just have to shoot the targets. It's like that sort of game, like where you just have to shoot things as you're being like automatically moved along. So it was just that, where you play as some girl on a dragon shooting stuff. But like, I'd never heard of it before, and when I tested it, I was like, yeah, it's quite fun. It's not really my sort of thing, but like, you know, there must be a market for it, and I saw it was quite rare because there weren't too many listings on eBay, but there was a fair few. There weren't a lot. I don't know why I said there was a fair few, but you know, I got the right price for it. But that's not the point I'm trying to say. I thought it was weird that was backwards compatible, and for people who don't know what backwards compatible is, there's an Xbox original. That was the first line of Xbox consoles, and then there's an Xbox 360, which was the second line of Xbox consoles, like for the new generation. And then for the newest generation, there's the Xbox One, which is weird that they'd call that the Xbox One, but it's the third in the line. But, you know, whatever. It makes it difficult, or at least I think, for listing them. Like, do you put Xbox original, do you put Xbox, like, first one, you know what I mean? But I always put Xbox original games. But yeah, it's weird, because I've got a lot of games that I can't actually test, because I don't have an Xbox original. All the games that I list that are for Xbox original, I've played for backwards compatible, which I've just realised I didn't actually explain what that means. So, like, you can play games from the Xbox original on your Xbox 360 because it reads the discs, but they only did it for so many games. And I always think it's weird what games they did it for, because I've got some games that I would have thought would be backwards compatible, but they're just not. I've got them over here, like Midnight Club 2. That's a great game, I've played it before. But you can't play it on Xbox 360 through backwards compatible. I know some of it is, like, I got a game called Gun, which is a cowboy game, which I brought at the time because I was like, I'm going to play this on Xbox 360, that's going to be fun. But you can't, because it already came out for Xbox 360, so it's not going to be backwards compatible. But there's a lot of things like that. But I'm holding out for them, because hopefully when everything opens back up again, someone is going to put an Xbox original on a car boot or an auction. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to keep that to test games, because you need to test your stuff so you can sell it, so then you don't get any problems. That's my little thing for you. But yeah, so those are my 6 sales that I had this week. Hopefully next week I'll get a few more. I'm going to really hit the listings like hard, because I've found some different bits that aren't all about like gaming and that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to hopefully showing you guys that. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, because I'm hoping to do this every week, but there isn't just me on this channel, there's my mum and my dad, who sell like different kind of bits, and they do like a this sort of video. I think Monday they're doing it. I think they're filming this tomorrow. But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more things, if you haven't already, you know. And if you're coming back to this video, if you've already subscribed and you're watching this, thank you for continuing your support. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Continuing your support, I really appreciate it. You know, I think I said like the video if you liked it. But yeah, in the comments, you know, I'd love to hear if you sold anything this week, because I am generally really interested in seeing what other people get up to. But yeah, if you sold like any sort of things that you're like, whoa, didn't expect that to do, or whatever you've been up to really, because not everyone watching this probably does eBay, they're probably doing their own thing. But yeah, and also, if I could get some feedback, if I could be so bold of asking, I want to try at least at some point showing you how I set up my shoots, because I have my own specific way of doing it. I'm trying to remember if I've already talked about this. I don't think I have, but I have my own specific way of setting things up, because I come from a photography background, so I like having things look a certain way. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I set up my shoots, I was going to do a video on that, but you know, let me know in the comments if that's sort of something you want to see. But yeah, thank you. And if it feels like this bit's rushed, it's because I'm running out of time on the memory. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and bye.